Cryptocurrency is a new technology that Hey guys, Kunal Desai here. I'm the founder of Bulls on Crypto Street and Bulls on Wall Street. I want to take some time today to talk to you about some things that are super important for just any new trader that is getting into the cryptocurrency market. You know, a lot of you guys are pumping into the market right now and you have no clue what to do. You're hopping into Discord rooms and going on blogs and just buying things, but you're really not understanding how to actually generate wealth from this movement that's happening, which is cryptocurrency.
Who is Kunal Desai?
I'm Kunal Desai. I'm the big boss and head janitor of Bulls on Wall Street and Bulls on Crypto Street. I have been trading full-time since 2008. I had literally hair like Bradley Cooper back then. I have been trading cryptocurrency since really the beginning of the big ramp in 2017. It has been a wild ride. I have seen literally every single ups and downs and mistakes that you can make in this business.
How do people relate to cryptocurrency?
Now, when you're talking about cryptocurrency and just how it relates to the average person, one of the things that's so important is that cryptocurrency is not just a vehicle for trading or investment, it's become a movement. And that's one of the reasons why it's becoming so popular and the prices have become so volatile. But I think that one of the reasons that people are getting into this business is that they see the potential for something new. You know, so many people are now so tech savvy and they're so into social media and new trends. And cryptocurrency is like the first new thing and technology that's come out in a long time that speaks to the average person. And even though none of us really understand what the heck blockchain is or what it's doing, it is something that's gotten the attention of everybody.
How does crypto compare to the dot-com bubble?
Now, what you're seeing today is a market crash. And so a lot of people are looking at Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and relating it to the tech bubble. The tech bubble of 1999, 2000. And they're looking for those type of similarities. Well, yes, Bitcoin was $68,000. Today, as of right now, it's at $36,000. It is a straight up crash. So what does that mean for you? In cryptocurrency, and I've been through this now for the 5th time since 2017, the crashes are the spots where you actually make your money. You know, a lot of people want to be buying into cryptocurrency when it's at $60,000, $70,000, and people are talking like, hey, it's going to go to $500,000 or $1 million, which is not really reasonable. But right now is like a really important time because in market crashes, those are the times where you can actually generate like serious wealth in any type of investing, whether it's the stock market, commodities market, or right now what we're looking at is cryptocurrency. So while Bitcoin is hitting the crapper, this is the time you want to really be focusing on learning and trying to figure out like what's going to be new.
Why do you think crypto is a thriving industry?
Guys, a lot of new people and youngsters have been getting into the cryptocurrency market, and there's been a rabid interest of it. But they have been getting shamed and ridiculed online as like these degenerate traders or people that don't have any money are the only people that are really interested in cryptocurrency. And that's actually totally false. If you look at any big fund and where the big money is flowing, it's been in cryptocurrency. But for the first time in so long, it's been the youngsters that were actually leading the movement. And I think that's kind of interesting because the new generation of people, no matter how much they get made fun of, they've been on top of everything from being influencers to making money on YouTube and now actually getting into cryptocurrency. And they've been leading the way before the big boys have been getting into it. And so I think that a lot of new people and the young crowd has gotten into cryptocurrency because young people are just conditioned these days to figure out how to make money. The old tried and true way of like, get a job, go to school, make some money, retire when you're 65, get married, have 2 cars, have a white picket fence, like that whole industry and idea has died, and now people have like a lot bigger dreams, and they have a lot easier ways and different ways to make money. And so cryptocurrency has been a great avenue for a whole generation of smart entrepreneurs who are looking at the world in a different way and saying like, hey, I can actually make money doing this versus sitting at my job, grinding away for 50 years and then retiring. I'm from Michigan, like my dad's an engineer, like I've lived that life. You know, I had a job before I was doing this. My dad retired at the age of 69, and that was how I was taught, like get straight A's, go to school, work till you're 60, maybe retire a few years early, and you'll have a nice life for the next whatever living span you've got. But this new age of people, they've figured out how to make money in all different ways. And I think that's what's really become attractive to that group of people, to cryptocurrency, because there's so much opportunity. See, we are in the second inning, I think, of a very long game. Cryptocurrency is a new technology that really is just finding its use cases. Like, we're not even in the beginning of what it could be. The total market cap of cryptocurrency is at $2 trillion right now. That is less than the market cap of Apple computers, which is just one company in the US. So we're in the beginning stages, and we're in for a wild ride. If you learn how to do this in terms of what this is and the trading strategies that are involved, then you have a lot of upside in what could happen next in your life.
How do you see the future of NFTs? Will it last?
So the NFT space has been going bonkers. The actual market cap of NFTs was less than $1 billion. Literally just a few months ago, it hit $12 billion as of yesterday. So you're talking about exponential growth. So what's the future of NFTs? So right now, just like in any new industry, NFTs is really just flipping. People are making and minting pictures and digital art of different things, and nobody really knows what's going on, but it's going crazy. And that happens in any new technology. But NFTs has a big future, because once you get past this initial just bull rush of everybody buying NFTs for the sake of buying NFTs, there are going to be some real things that stand out. First of all, there's going to be some utility that comes into NFTs. So in the past, like people were used to talk about security tokens. Security tokens is the idea of taking a physical idea or project or property and turning it into some type of security where it would be digital and you would be getting some type of utility off of it. Well, NFTs has the same ability, and you're starting to see it come now. There are artists that are coming out that are putting out their own NFTs, but it comes with some type of utility where you might get free access to certain types of concerts, certain types of videos, or some type of one-on-one interaction. Well, that's really just the tipping point of this. If you can do that, then you can put in utility to any kind of NFT. You could turn in a property into an NFT and allow renters to come in and pay income and get dividends. There's so many uses for NFTs that we're really just at the tipping point. Right now, it's just a bunch of JPEGs about, board monkeys and board unicorns and things of that nature, which is awesome. It's just art and people are really into it. But there are pictures of pet rocks and stuff going for literally $2-3 million. Once that goes through, there's going to be a whole different side of NFTs, which is going to be the utility side. There are going to be NFTs that come in that actually have a purpose. You're going to be buying the rights of something, and it's going to give you a digital image or some type of art or some type of beautiful thing. but it's going to come with benefits that keep showing up, and you own the rights to those. So the NFT space is in, I would say, it started about 1% of the way. We are just in the first stages of it. And if you really think about it, like, you know, there's been $12 billion worth of NFTs sold. That's maybe a small cap company in the United States. We've got a whole time to be running hard on this. I think that the NFT space, even though it's confusing because you're just looking at it and thinking, like, why would I pay for a digital image? You still want to be learning about this because there's going to be a utility that follows in the next few months that is going to be getting you paid.
What is the best strategy for maximizing profits during a bubble?
Guys, we are in the teeth of just a monster crash right now, but we've seen this a million times. So in the US stock market, if the market dropped 50%, it would be the end of the world. In cryptocurrency, the market drops 50% every year, if not sometimes even twice a year. So like what we're seeing right now is basically the norm. Now the question is though, hey, it may be the norm, but I'm losing a lot of money. So let's talk about just some tips on how to maximize profits into big bull runs. So we had a huge run in Bitcoin where it went from 3,000 to basically 60,000 over the course of a year. Ethereum was at $100, ran up to $5,000. Now the thing is, it's down to $2,600 today. So like, how do you maximize this? So the first thing to always remember in cryptocurrency is you're going to get one or two crashes no matter what every single year. So you have to prepare for them. So as you get profits, you want to be taking them. Now the question is like, where would you take them, right? Like how do you know like to sell it at 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000? Like where does it really go? You actually don't. So I use a handful of tools, just very simple things to know like when the market is getting crazy and I want to be looking at taking some profits off the table. Because the thing is like if you go from 60,000 to 30,000, it's a 50% drop. But to make your money back, you actually have to have a 100% rise, right? To go from 30,000 back to 60,000, you got to move 100%. So when you lose 50%, it's twice as hard to get your money back. So you always want to be taking some profits. So how do you want to do it? So I use a system of scaling out. What I mean by scaling out is as you have a big trend coming and you start to satisfy certain reward to risk profiles. So in cryptocurrency, if it's a long-term investment, if I'm up, say 5 to 1 on a particular investment, meaning if I risked $1 and I made 5, I want to start looking at potentially taking some profits. Now, it doesn't mean that I do. So I'll use a handful of indicators and just charts to guide me. So if you look at like a chart on Ethereum over here, right, you can see like how it's trailing up its EMAs all the way up to 5,000. But what happens is as it starts to base out near the top and you start to break under those EMAs, you'll start to see a little bit of rounding action where the sellers start to get into control and you'll start to see a distribution in volume. When you see that, those are great times to take a little bit of profit. But that doesn't mean that like that's the end of it. You know, you'll usually have a little bit more time. So once the market starts to break down, you always want to look at the first bounce, look at Ethereum over here, and see how it works. Like, does it fade back in or does it actually break out to new highs? If it doesn't break out to new highs, it usually means that the market is about to roll over. And just common sense is always in the case too. Bitcoin tends to run 300, 400, 500% at a time, and then it always runs over. Ethereum does the same thing. Like it'll move up in multiples, but after those multiples, it always comes crashing down. And then you always just have to remember the rule of thumb. Once a year, you get an epic crash. Whenever it looks too good to be true, that's when it comes to happen. So when you're thinking you're really happy about your positions, that's when you want to be selling. And you can always check out our cryptocurrency classes. I've got like in-depth research and trading patterns on like when and where to buy and also to sell. But this is gonna be something that's gonna stay with you. Always remember, when you're super happy, it's time to sell. And when you wanna cry, it's a good time to buy. This show's been sponsored to you by Bulls on Crypto Street. Guys, I got a special for you guys. Go to bullsoncryptostreet.com/intro. I've got a free intro to trading course that is going to teach you from steps A to Z on how to get started in the cryptocurrency market. I've also got a free chat room where you can literally watch me trade from what I'm buying and what I'm selling, and it's for free. I put a link in this video for you guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care.